This video is going to show you a method that I learned from Frank Ford at frets.com. This is a tool that I bought from Stuart McDonald, and I modified it slightly. I put a different gauge on it, but it works the same. And we start out, we're going to zero this thing out. It measures the height of the string above the first fret. That's what I'm trying to do here. And I got it on 0. And we got about 11 thousandths of an inch on the third string. And we zero this one out. And it's got about 12 thousandths on the second string. And the first string has got about 10 thousandths. That's a little less than what I shoot for. I like to have about 15 thousandths or so. It's not got a real clear sound. It's hitting that fret when you hit it hard enough. So now the other three are about 20 thousandths, and that's good on the larger strings. Let's see if I can show you what they are. I'll show you one of them in here. It's about 20 thousandths on the fourth string. So the first three strings are the ones that I'm concerned about. So I'm gonna try to use this stuff that I learned about from Frank Ford. It's dental stuff. It's a UV light cured product. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna take these first three strings off, and we're gonna address the slots in there. Try to raise them up a little bit, just to maybe 5 thousandths of an inch. But what we'll do, we'll put some of this filler material in there, and then we'll file it back down to where we want it. And we got one of these fret slotting files here. It's a 24 thousandths. And what we're going to do, we're going to increase the depth of these three strings. And I know that's too big for the first two strings, but what we're going to do is clean this up. It's got a little bit of a pencil lead down in there, graphite, that I put in there to make the string slide a little bit easier. I'm going to put some tape over this thing. Try to limit where we get this stuff. As I said, now we're going to just be working for these first, second, and third string. Now I know some of you may want to know where to get this stuff at, and I'm not a dentist by any means. I ordered this stuff off of Amazon. I had some once before, and it was old and had been around a long time. And so I just bought this. Bought these three items off of Amazon, and I think it was about close to $70 for all three of these items. And the first one is some etchant, call it etchant gel, and it's phosphoric acid. And then you got some of this bonding resin or bonding agent, and it's light cured. You got to use a little light for, I think it says 10 seconds on that. And this is the filler that goes in there. All right, now this is what they call the etchant gel. And we're going to squeeze some of this down in here, in these three slots. And what that's supposed to do is to kind of raise the grain up in this bone. They say to leave that on there about 10 seconds. And now we're going to kind of wipe that out of there with a paper towel. I'm going to squirt a little water on here. Now we're going to take a little air and blow it off. Now here's the bonding agent. We're going to wipe a little of it down here in these spaces. And the instructions say to light cure this for 10 seconds. And here this is on 10 seconds. And here is the composite material. So now it says 20 seconds on this. And we're going to hit it with this light for 20 seconds. I know there are other ways of doing this, and a lot of people mix up super glue and baking soda, but I never found that to be really hard. I think this stuff, if it'll work in somebody's teeth, I believe it'll work in this. So now I'm going to take a pretty coarse file. Now I'm going to hit it with some 180 sandpaper. And here's some 400 grit sandpaper. Here's some 1500 grit paper. We just want to polish this thing up while we're at it. It's a little jeweler saw. This is a 13 thousandths nut file here. Now we'll put the strings back in there. And we've got 30 thousandths on that first string. So we're going to take it down to about 15, hopefully. According to that, it took about 5 thousandths off of it. And that's 29 right there. We don't want to get back down where we were when we started. That'd be a waste of a whole lot of time, wouldn't it? All right, that's 17 thousandths, and that's close enough. Close enough. Now we're going to go to the second string, the B string, and we got about 40 thousandths of an inch clearance there. Let's see, we took about 9 thousandths off that time. That's showing about 14 thousandths there. That's within the range of what I'm looking for. We got about 32 on that measurement. And that's 26. I usually tend to leave the larger strings with a little bit more clearance. As you can see, according to that, we took about 8 thousandths off that. And that's about 20 thousandths right there. And that suits me. Pretty clear notes right there. And I believe that corrected our problem.